Happy Tuesday, my bookish beauties! The question of the day is, how do you feel about comparative blurbs on books? Comparative book blurbs are like a cross between a good review and a friend's recommendation. I like them. I use them all the time when I'm telling people about books and TV shows and movies. I think it's a really great way to take something that people are probably familiar with and use it to describe something that they're not familiar with. For example, I just started watching The 100. As soon as I started watching it, I immediately thought, oh, this reminds me a lot of the movie WALL-E. If you've seen WALL-E, you know that the Earth has become uninhabitable and everybody has to go live on this gigantic spaceship and wait for the Earth to return to a state in which they can grow plants again. And The 100 starts out pretty much the same way. Earth has been destroyed because of some kind of nuclear radiation apocalypse thing. They're all living on this giant spaceship waiting for the Earth to be ready for them to return. A group of selected teenagers, the 100, get sent down to Earth to sort of try it out and see if they survive or not. And it becomes very much Lord of the Rings. There are no adults around, the teenagers are running wild, there's this group forming over here with this leader, then another leader tries to take over. Chaos ensues. And so when I describe the TV show, I say it's like WALL-E meets Lord of the Rings. And that gives you a pretty clear picture of what the TV show is all about. And it's really amazing, by the way. You should totally check it out. It's on Netflix. As a writer, coming up with comp titles is kind of a necessary thing. Obviously, an agent or publisher who's gonna read my book knows nothing about me or my work, so they need something to compare it to. I describe one of my books as Ruby Sparks meets Inkheart. If you're familiar with either of those titles, you might be able to figure out what the book is about. I will say, there is one instance in which comparative titles drive me bonkers. And it's claims like this. This series is the next Hunger Games! No, it's not. The Hunger Games was already a series. Suzanne Collins wrote it. It's amazing. Your series is not the next Hunger Games. Now what they mean, obviously, and what the marketers mean, is that this series is so epic and so amazing that it's gonna be like the Hunger Games in its level of epicness and hopefully in profitability for the publisher and author and everyone involved, etc., etc. But what that actually says to me is somebody's trying to make a buttload of money off of the incredible masterpiece that Suzanne Collins created, and they're trying to make something similar because they think it's going to sell in the same kind of way, but it's very, very likely not going to be anywhere near the level of amazingness as the thing to which it's being compared. Because if it were that amazing, it wouldn't need to be compared to something even more amazing. What do you guys think? Do you like comp titles? Do you use them? Do they help you? Do you hate them? Tell me in the comments down below, and thanks for watching! And they're all living on this giant spaceship in Earth, waiting. Giant spaceship in Earth! Now that would be a plotline we haven't seen before.